Bro, get a cup of tea or a coffee. And let me tell you the story of how I became a YouTuber. You know, I graduated from university in 2019 with a psychology degree. A lot of people don't actually know that I actually do have a degree. So I graduated and I actually didn't want to graduate because I had to resit the exams, which meant that, you know, I took the exams first and I failed, and then they give you like another chance to take them. And when I reset them, I actually thought to myself, like, I actually kind of want to fail, because if I do fail, I'll have to resit the entire year, like the third year of university, and then I'll get to be like a student for one more year. Then I started visualizing, like, I'll join the American football club, I'll start going out more, and I'll get girls again, and I'll be social, and, you know, I'll really study this time. And when it was time to check the results, I was literally almost like excited to repeat university like the last year, hoping that I failed, and I passed. I passed with like the lowest grade possible. So I technically have a psychology degree, but it's like pretty much worth nothing. And overnight, or literally in this instance, for the first time in my life, I had just suddenly stopped being a student, and now I was just unemployed. And I don't know if you've been to university, if you've had this transition, but guys who have will know, like, that's a weird feeling. Like, if you've already set up your job and stuff, then you've got the next pathway, and that's good, at least then. Maybe they have their like quarter life crisis later on. But I had to face mine there and then and realize, like, oh fuck, like, this part of my life of, like, you know, since childhood, you're a student, you're in school, you're in college and stuff, it's just gone now, and I'm just unemployed. And so I started applying for jobs, like so many jobs online, and I was really broke as well, because I had no income at the time, but I was still living in the city because I didn't want to move back home to my parents' home. So I'm like going to these interviews and not, you know, presenting myself in the best way because my mental health wasn't so great and everything. And, you know, it just felt quite wrong to be going to these random job interviews to try and make like £7 or £8 an hour, because I was reading, like, you know, just trying to read some books on like finance and stuff. And, you know, these millionaires are talking about making loads of money and everything. And I eventually got a job as a customer service complaints department assistant, and I'm working full time in this office that's, you know, 45 minutes away. There's at least a gym in the office, so, you know, that's kind of good. And I think I've told this story many times, and it doesn't do it justice when I just very quickly tell you it. But just imagine, like, you wake up at 5 a.m. so that you've got enough time to go to the gym. You get ready, and, like, you know, your apartment's kind of cold and everything, and oh fuck, I haven't ironed my shirt or something. I don't even know how to iron, so I had to wake up my girlfriend, who I was living with. She's like proper, like, you know, sleep deprived, like annoyed at me for waking up. Hamza, like, just shut up and just iron my clothes. Yeah, like 6 a.m. or something, leave the apartment, walk over, literally it's freezing outside. It's pitch black outside. You literally need like your phone torch to walk outside where I was going. And you get to the tram, and imagine being in the tram stop, like a public transport, like stop in the middle of a city that has a reputation for crackheads, drug dealers, and guys with knives. And I'd just be there with like anxiety. And usually there was no one like at the station or anything like at all. Maybe one guy who was wearing like a high-vis vest. He's going to some construction site or something. Sometimes you get on the tram, this homeless guy sleeping there or being loud or something. You know, you just get to the other side of it just in case they try and say some shit to you and stuff. This is a long time ago, and it feels weird to recollect these memories now that life is so different. But I was really officially stuck in like that rat race, because all of the money I was making from this job, I was literally just spending it to live in the city, to go to work there. And, you know, I had dreams of being like an online entrepreneur, a businessman, a YouTuber, and I tried a bunch of things, and, you know, I was just trying to find my way, but, you know, my productivity wasn't that good and everything. Until I just drastically changed up my life. I moved out of Manchester. I just, I took the L. I just thought, okay, if I quit my job and also move back home, I don't really need money, which means that all these things that I actually want to do, like I want to try and be a YouTuber or a businessman, whatever, all those things I'm doing barely like 1 to 2 hours a week because I just feel so tired from work. If I left this job and just moved home, I wouldn't need to work because I don't need the money. So I could just focus entirely on the businesses that I want to try. And that's exactly what I did. I moved back home around 2.5 years ago, just under 3 years ago, actually. And I literally just grinded away. And this is when like my YouTube story really begins. And I actually got the first boost to my YouTube channel almost instantly. Like I've got one huge advantage, which I have to say, like this isn't luck, but I've got one advantage, like an unfair advantage that a lot of people don't, which is that I actually had a very supportive family. I was a little bit like, I wasn't sure if they would be, about me becoming a YouTuber because of how, they'd been before this. And, they made me go to university. They essentially forced me to go to university. So I was surprised that when I told them that they were actually happy. I think, long story short, like I hadn't seen them for over a year because I just lived in Manchester and I just, used to like reject their calls and everything. And at one point I had literally all of them blocked on my phone. So when I did move back, it was like almost a celebration of like, oh, like Hamza's back, the family's back, my mum's proper happy again and everything. And she used to say, like, she used to cry like most days because we hadn't spoke to each other in like literally 9 months. Literally had not even had seen each other, hadn't spoke to each other because I literally blocked her on my phone. I blocked everyone on my family on my phone, just for reasons I've spoke about on YouTube and everything. But yeah. So the unfair advantage that I had at this point was that my family was supportive, and when I did tell them about YouTube, they actually supported me and they helped me to grow. So my dad sent my YouTube channel to like pretty much everyone in the village where he was from in Pakistan. And the next day I woke up with 80 subscribers. So I went from like 5 subscribers to like 80 something, and a bunch of comments like, from random like Pakistani names on the videos, like, hey bro, your dad sent me vid, nice vid bro. Like I'm from same village. And just suddenly I had like my first little boost. 80 subscribers isn't a lot. Like, some people make their first video and get like 1,000 subscribers these days, especially like, if you, yeah. But 80 subscribers literally, and that was like, oh shit, like, I got to work, I'm making videos, and I was just throwing stuff at the wall, and there was a lot that I had to learn. My productivity started to, fall into place. I didn't distract myself. I wasn't watching like Netflix or anything, wasn't playing games, wasn't taking drugs. So like my productivity was there. But there became like a 1-year grind from 80 subscribers to about 2,000, 3,000. 1 year it took me. So it took me about 9 months to get to 1,000 subscribers, which is kind of slow. I think my perception is like, I'm seeing these new YouTubers now who make like one video and they're on 1,000 subscribers or even more these days, but that's probably more like luck or something, right? But yeah, it took me 9 months to get to 1,000 subscribers. And in that meantime, I was just trying to find my way of, trying to think, okay, what video should I even make? I'm making a video on this thing here, but then what if I make one on dating? What if I make one on fitness and diet, dopamine detox? And then I did some tactics, which kind of worked, but didn't. I focused on the wrong thing. So I made a pretty big mistake here, where I would make a video and I would spend my time trying to market and advertise the video by literally just getting the link and spamming it to as many like Facebook pages and subreddits and everything, and you get some subscribers and views because you've spammed it like that. But it was just one, it was a waste of time, but two, it kind of mentally put me in the wrong journey, because now I was trying to market to these like random people on some Facebook page about weight loss or something. It's not the kind of people I wanted to attract, but I didn't know anything about marketing at this point. So we are growing, but the follower base isn't really like that great up until I really started to triple down on the dopamine detox subreddit, and also the dopamine detox topic. And that's when we started to get some of our first subscribers. We got to like 200, 300, 400. And then I started to make videos on Red Pill, and I started to write Red Pill articles. And then we got like a bunch of Red Pill guys come in. So we started to merge, like we got Red Pill guys and also dopamine detox guys. And we created like our own like version of that, which was like degenerates who were also on dopamine detox. And we just grew from that. So from that moment, then you probably know the story. It's like, I'm just grinding away. I hire Sam, my first ever employee. We keep doing it, keep making videos, kind of sporadically. It's 2 times a week or something. And we're just leveling up more and more. Then in the start of 2021, so about 9 months into doing YouTube, that's when I started self-improvement coaching, and I did that to make money so that we could keep expanding, and I hired more people and everything. And that's how we grew. And so we got to a few months later, and you probably know this part of the story, which is when one of the videos just absolutely blew up, started getting recommended to everyone. And that video was one of the first ones I posted even before I moved to this house. Like, I made that video years ago, just randomly. I just made it, and it got like 200 views to begin with, and then suddenly started getting like 50 views a day, 100 views a day, 150, 200 views a day, 400, and then just suddenly just, like, 1,000 views, and then just went up, boom. It was like 60,000 views yesterday. Oh, fuck, Hamza, your channel's, bro, it's massive. I was on 2.8k subscribers, and then like the next day I was on like 5k. It took me about a year to get to like just under 3,000 subscribers, and the next day we had doubled it. And, quickly I'm like, oh fuck, okay, let me go work, let me, do... So I've wrote down some quick tips here that I wanted to give you, which I know that most people don't talk about. And that's something I think that I've got quite like a valuable mindset in. Like, I've learned the skill of building an audience, and it's very clear, like, that, you can tell that's not an exaggeration or lying, like, literally you've seen it in front of you. You've seen the growth. You've seen that my videos have been super glued to your homepage. And most importantly though, you've seen that this hasn't been a fluke, because the first video that went viral, okay, fair enough, it was luck. But then after that, like, so there was nothing for a while, and then the first video shot up. But then after that, it's not been that, we slowed down and then we had some more lucky breaks or anything. Literally, if you go see my sub count, it literally just goes like this. You almost never see a success graph literally just look linearly straight. How did I manage to get such consistent growth of my audience over 2 years, 2.5 years? And even best of all, this wasn't just like subscribers. Like, there's lots of YouTubers who've got 1 million subscribers. My one subscriber is worth probably 10 to 20 of what a normal YouTuber is. So it's like, on normal YouTubers, the ones who start their video like, hey guys, today we're going to be doing this and, all this shit, bro. I'm telling you right now, for their equivalent, my subscriber base is worth like 10 million, honestly, because my one person who follows me is 10 times more dedicated than, and this sounds like an exaggeration, right? But then just think, how much have people changed their lives simply because of what I've said on YouTube? Compare that to like most YouTubers who have got subscribers who kind of, listen to their videos whilst they're eating their food, and they're like, oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. And they click on the next video and everything. People have genuinely, literally ended their friendships with Jeffries because of my videos. People have stopped the things that they enjoyed, like video games, because they became like a cult member. So this is not, I grew 1 million subscribers. This is like, I grew 1.5 or 1.8 million cult members. There's a big difference. Getting subscribers, you can go learn from any dweeb on YouTube, and they'll tell you the exact same things. Oh, click-through rate and an average view duration, and like, oh, go look at the metrics on YouTube, see? 95% male. 13 to 25. That's the age range. 96% in there. How interesting. Shut the fuck up, bro. If that's what you want to go learn from some fucking basic person. They're teaching you how to get like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Those channels that teach you like YouTube tips. They're teaching you how to get viral on YouTube. 10k views. How to get more subscribers on YouTube. 60k subs. But people are teaching this shit without actually like living it. I lived it first. I got this success first. Now I'm going to start teaching it. And so there's a few things that I've wrote down, like 5 strategies of growing your YouTube audience. Are you ready for this? And I've not really said this stuff before as well, so I hope you find this special. Number 1, understand your viewer. Now, again, I don't just mean go onto the YouTube analytics and see, 95% male and, all these like data demographics. No. Who is your viewer? Who genuinely is he? Do you know like some of his like deep, dark secrets? Do you know what he fears? I'm not saying this to sound cool. Like, answer the question. Think about your viewer. What does he fear? Have you ever asked this question before? Do you think about what he's scared about? Do you think about what excites him? When was the last time your viewer was so excited that he was like a giddy kid? When was the last time that he was so furious that his head literally felt hot? And what was he furious at? This isn't supposed to sound like mythically, like mysterious or cool. Literally try and answer the question. When was the last time that he was furious? So for me, I'll say, okay, the last time one of my cult members was furious, he fell down the rabbit hole of the dopamine shit again. And he ended up spending over an hour watching shorts. And he knew, like, you know, he had the thoughts in his brain that he should just stop right now, but he just wouldn't. He just kept on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until he was so fucking pissed off. And he's like, yeah, man, this stuff that Hamza's teaching is so right. Dopamine detox is the way, you know, like this bad dopamine, internet stimulation is just stupid. I just wasted another hour of my life. I just like wasted the time that I was going to go work out. You've got to know like these very like specific things. Like I wrote down some questions. What do they think about X, Y, and Z? So X, Y, and Z just represents something that's, you know, relevant to you and your niche. What do they think about this guy? What do they think about this topic? What other content are they consuming? You should know the answers of these kinds of questions, and you should try and figure out more questions to ask yourself to actually get to like understand your viewer. Because if you don't know them more than just how they comment on YouTube and more than just your YouTube analytics, you won't even know like how to get more of them. The second thing is to actually give a damn about them, to actually care about your viewer. They're the sole reason why you're not a normal employee, which is special. Like, you know, they have literally helped you build your life here. And if you forget this, you will go back to that like soul-sucking commute to work and everything. And if you've never worked a normal job before, trust me, it's not something that you want to go to. And one thing I wrote down for this bit, like, you know, actually care about your viewer, which is something that a lot of big YouTubers do wrong, in my opinion, is that they fake this. So you don't want to start your video with like, oh, hey, like, you know, hey, Mosey Nation, I love you guys. Thank you so much. You know, I love each and every one of you. Like, okay, you're just a basic fucking YouTuber. It's like, yeah, you know, you make good videos and your videos pop off on the algorithm and, you know, you get subscribers. You know, you see a lot of these like big YouTubers who've got this like personality. They do this shit and they're like, what's up, guys? We just hit 1 million subscribers. I love each and every one of you. I love you guys. Something like, do you fuck love? Shut up, bro. When have you ever heard me say that I love you? Would it be cute if I said it? Yeah, probably. Like, you know, and I could say it in a way that didn't sound like fruity or anything. The reason why I won't ever say on YouTube, like, oh, I love you guys, is because I don't fucking love you, bro. What the fuck is that? Okay, I respect you. If you're a young man on self-improvement and you're being disciplined, then yeah, I respect you. But any bullshit of these YouTubers saying, like, oh, I love you. No. You don't love them. You love what they're doing for you, you selfish prick. That's my message to these fucking big YouTubers, bro. But what you should feel towards your viewers is gratitude, because that's how you were able to grow. So you should care about them and see this as a sort of give and take. See this, that they've given you the lifestyle that you're building right now, which is going to be a very good lifestyle. You know, you're probably making a lot of money from your YouTube channel, or you soon will be. And so you want it to be that you care enough about them that you want to repay back some of that value. The third thing, which is a tip that is quite unique that I've not really seen any of these like YouTubers mention online on like how to grow on YouTube, is to spend time with your audience, with your viewers. Spend time with them. And I don't just mean scroll down the comments and reply to some of the comments with 2 emojis and yep, yeah, I reply to everyone. No. That's what dead like YouTubers who won't be around 5 years from now will say. Don't reply to comments, because it's a waste of your time and it's low ROI, and you're not doing it for you. You're not even doing it for the viewer. You're just doing it so that people hopefully see it, and it's inauthentic, and it's just literally just low ROI, and it's just for bad, like, people with time management, people with bad time management. The way you should spend time with your viewers is way more intimate than just the YouTube comments. Like, you should actually want to spend time with them. Now, how do you feel about this suggestion? I'm telling you to spend time and to hang out with your viewers. If you visualize that right now, how does that feel? Like, do you feel kind of like that's kind of cringe, kind of uncomfortable? Because if you do, that means that actually you're making the wrong kind of videos. You know, if I can give you one tip right now, it would be to make the kind of videos for the people that you'd actually like to hang out with. So if right now, like, you know, you've just got a YouTube channel and you're just using it, you know, to make money, and you're making videos on like Fortnite or something, you won't be around 6 months from now, or a year from now, or certainly 2 years from now, because it's not relevant to you. And so when there's a new lingo used in the game, when there's new phrases that the kids use, you won't know it because you actually don't even care about that community. You're just doing it for the money. You need to care about the people who are following you, and you need to actually want to spend time with them. You need to want to like hop onto a call with them or to hang out with them. And you should do this. The easiest way to get better ideas, to understand them more, and then to make videos related to, you know, this person, just hang out with him. So it's honestly like, it blows my mind that YouTubers don't do this more often. I think as I was growing on YouTube, I was like, at least, you know, in our space, like certainly the YouTuber who was doing the most like meetups and the most intimate time with my audience. I was on Discord every day, on literally on my video call section, taking a one-to-one video call for free, which usually I charge over $1,000 for. For free, I was doing that every single morning. And then I was doing meetups like every month as well. Why was I doing that? Well, because I actually want to hang out with young men who are on self-improvement, who like to go to the gym. Once you do this, how this relates to you growing is that when you spend time with, you know, the person you're trying to help or the person you're trying to attract, you naturally get such a better understanding for them. And that understanding leads to just better videos and everything. This is kind of like market research. Like, you know how marketers of like products traditionally would go out into the street or newspaper or something, and they broadcast like some kind of like marketing study or whatever it is, like for like people to come in, get paid to like test their products or something. You know, so like Coca-Cola would do this, for example. They'd pay people like $10 to come in and literally just sit in a room and just talk to some like staff about Coca-Cola. Then make them drink a few drinks and ask them, you know, what does this one taste like? How many, do you like the fizz of the bubbles? And like the person who says, oh yeah, yes, I drink Coca-Cola 3 to 5 times a week. Yes, I love the bubbles on this one. Actually, the bubbles are very refreshing. It's like, that's extremely valuable, because if you do that, you know, with one person, it's quite, you know, it doesn't really mean anything. But if you start, you know, over time, do that with 1,000 people over 3 years, your understanding of your market is going to be insane compared to the person who doesn't even speak to their audience. Number 4, and this one is easier said than done, is to have charisma. Charisma does not mean to be extroverted and loud and stuff. And sometimes I am quite loud, but I don't think I'm very extroverted, honestly. Like, you might think I am, but I actually don't think I am. Like, I'm honestly extremely happy to literally just spend all day in my room and just work, honestly. And like, obviously I like having friends, and I feel bad when I don't have like friends in social situations. But I find that I do get quite like physically exhausted after being around friends for a few hours. Like, it's just like how I am. I'm social. I've got pretty good social skills, but I just have this weird thing where like my energy seems to deplete fast when I'm around other people, which apparently is like the number one sign of introversion or extroversion, that your energy depletes if you're an introvert and your energy goes up if you're an extrovert. Mine is kind of like a bell curve where my energy goes off if I'm around good people, but then quite sharply declines after like 2 hours, and then usually I'm just quite like unconscious and I literally just want to go home and just sit by myself, which sounds kind of sad, and I always thought it was sad when people would talk about this, but it's like, that's really authentic. It's not like I've got bad social skills or anything. It's just who I am, and I'm used to that now, and I'm happy in my own room and everything. I'm very happy, to be honest. Like, honestly, like every day, honestly, I wake up with a smile that, oh yeah, I get to sit here and literally just work. Like, I literally love my life, and I don't see friends often or anything. You know, I speak to friends like every day on WhatsApp and stuff, and maybe we'll hop on a call or something every now and then. Then I go to jiu-jitsu, and there's really nice people there that I'm getting to know with. But yeah, that's just a quick snippet of my life if you cared about my introversion to extroversion scale. So have charisma. So charisma doesn't mean extrovert or anything. Charisma comes down to 3 components, and they are power, presence, and warm. And I'll explain these to you, right? Power is simply just being high status. Now, this is your advantage because on your YouTube channel, you're the highest status person. So you've already got power ticked. You can increase your power, like, you know, a component of charisma by just growing your YouTube channel, and also by growing yourself and being more of like an authority figure and everything. That's power. Presence is all about mindfulness, and it means to be focused on the task that you're currently doing, or you're the person that you're currently speaking to, and to not be overthinking. It doesn't really, any YouTuber, I would be very surprised that when they're recording a video has thoughts in their brains, because when you're talking, you don't often have the mental space to be able to think, which is a very good thing. So automatically you're present. Then the final one is warmth. Warmth is to be nice and caring. Warmth is an interesting one because, for example, Andrew Tate would be extremely charismatic, extremely confident, but you wouldn't really think of him as like a warm person, would you? Until you start to peel back the layers and you realize, like, oh yeah, shit, like, he probably genuinely does care about like the plight of man, doesn't he? He probably genuinely like does, like, you know, he's making a lot of money and stuff, you know, he's doing this for lots of reasons, he's doing it for his own status, fine, but he genuinely does have like some kind of connection to young men and actually wants to help them rise up. Like, it like pains him to see young men being so like weak and ostracized, doesn't it? Like, so he doesn't seem like an ultra nice person, you know, Andrew Tate, the way he talks and stuff. But when you peel back the layers and, you know, you don't just judge him by the cover, it's like you can see that there is like a warm part of his personality. And perhaps the same with me. So you see some videos where I'm like hyped up and I'm aggressive and I'm calling you a Jeffrey. But if you peel back the layers, you see that there is warmth in that. I'm calling you a Jeffrey because I care. When you have all three of these together, power, presence, and warmth, you're charismatic. And the more that you can level up those three components, the more charismatic you are. And the more charismatic you are, the better that you'll be on video, and the better like just flow that you'll have when you speak, especially when you get to the point of your YouTube channel, when you're being invited to like podcasts and stuff as well. And the fifth strategy of growing your audience, and this one can just sum up everything that we spoke about today, is just make each viewer feel special. Everything can be summed up in this. If you want to grow your YouTube channel, make each viewer feel special. And one quick tip I'll give you with this is to do this in the highest ROI, highest leverage, highest impact way. Because shit tier YouTubers here, like, you know, think this is a good idea, you know, make each viewer feel special, and they'll go and reply to every comment with 2 emojis and like, you know, like quickly reply to everyone, so that that's not going to do anything, bro. It's not, you know, oh yeah, Hamza replied to my comment. Okay, he feels kind of special, but it doesn't mean anything past that. What you should do is not try to quickly, you know, make every person who commented feel special because you replied with some emojis, or, you know, a quick sentence, or you messaged them saying, oh, rising grind king or something. But you should do this just as a mindset as you navigate literally every decision in your YouTube career. You should ask yourself, okay, is this making each person feel more special? You should be active in your community. You should be active in your Discord. You should never think of yourself as above, like answering like a question that someone's put on your Discord server or something. You should never think of yourself as above. Let's say you got a Discord server, to like hop on a video call there just randomly. And the way that you talk on camera, that you know, you should speak to the camera and literally make it so that the person watching it feels special. They feel like you're addressing them. There's just random 5 quick tips I wanted to just share with you if you are trying to grow your YouTube journey. It's a beautiful journey to be on. It's a very, very rewarding, ultimately rewarding journey, not only for the money that you make, but also just the development it puts you through, which I know is a lot less like clickbaity. Like, a lot of people just want to make the money. But if you want to learn one thing from me, bro, just before I started recording this video, I thought something to myself. I thought, people go traveling to find themselves. I found myself through YouTube. I found myself through being like a leader online, through posting these videos. That's how I found myself. I found myself through business. Well, I've traveled a lot the last 2 years or so. And literally every time that I travel, I actually have less happiness. I'm literally less happy than I am just when I'm at home and I'm just focused on work, because this is my freedom. This is my like creative and disciplined expression. this is like my traveling, this is me finding myself, and you'll probably feel the same thing at some point. If you've got this far and you really are dedicated to your YouTube journey and you know that this is going to be extremely high rewarding, there's a link that I want you to go click on right now, which is my YouTube course. Courses online are very expensive, and I'm not going to make mine cheap or anything, because I just don't want, like, I don't want like people who don't have much money, brokies and stuff, to buy it, and then, you know, like, they're the worst customers. I never want to sell to like children or anything. My courses are expensive because I only want to sell to like rich guys who think YouTube is serious, who want to play the YouTube game professionally, and who want to like maximize their YouTube growth. And if, for example, you're the kind of guy who thinks that if you spend $1,000 to learn like 2 things, it's worth it, my YouTube course link is linked in the description. Go and click that link right now. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.